In Roblox, you can set your game's visibility to either private or public. Private to keep to yourself and maybe a few friends, or public for everyone else to play. However, you're also given the option to uncopylock the game, meaning that anyone can get their own copy of the whole game in their account. Why anyone would do this might be confounding to some, but to some, it's welcomed. There are people who uncopylock their games for whatever reason, allowing anyone to reuse, remix, and recontextualize to their heart's content. Just simply click in the corner and go edit in Studio. These are 5 beautiful games in Roblox that you can use for filming. While the name of the game is generic, this map is a brilliantly executed tech demo of Roblox's rendering features. Surface appearances, cutouts, atmosphere, depth of field, skin animation. It is one of the most breathtaking sights in the entire platform, thanks to its mastery of Roblox's graphical technology. Aside from all of that, it's a map that emits that yearning feeling in all of us to explore the woods right outside the comfort of our homes. A sublime depiction of flora and fauna wraps around the well-trodden path brown. The falling leaves and butterflies and the vaporous mist populate the gentle winds of the forest in elegant dance. Their movement flowing seamlessly in curves and loops as if they were the veins of the forest itself, bending its trajectory with the river rapids. The meditative noise from the falls reverberated as if it was a ritualistic hymn of a monk. And a geographic topology, rough, uneven, staggered, forming a natural challenge to hike from one side to another. Every step has to be a bit more strategic than it normally would on a concrete crosswalk. Every branch and pebble can make the trip just as perilous to those hypnotized by the forest's beauty. Even if you are alone, the birds fly overhead will keep you company as you delve below the shades of the towering trees above. In between each trunk, a potentially unexplored realm to discover. So just for this moment, relax and take in the atmosphere. The forest is reassuring just as it is mysterious, dangerous just as it is pleasant. Since the dawn of storytelling, settlers would congregate at the fire. It's a venue that humanity has sought comfort in when we delve into the depths of our imagination. It's the reason why our imagination can become wild. I would like to interrupt the video to briefly explain to you how you can make your games uncopylocked. First, choose the game that you want to uncopylock. Then you select the place that you want uncopylocked. Then go under permissions and allow users to download a copy of this place and save it. Now you have successfully made an Uncopylocked game that anyone can use at any time. Now let's go on with the video. We are at the site of Wellington, the capital of New Zealand. New Zealand, known for its breathtaking landscapes and national parks, and a site central to many adventurous activities, which made a prime filming location of the Lord of the Rings franchise. This map is a rough recreation of Wellington, as well as its streets and stores, neighboring in front of the city's governing building. It's a setting perfect for a casual city backdrop, and perhaps a narrative with a bit of political intrigue. Since it's uncopylocked, you can reappropriate the New Zealand iconography to anything. In a way, the set is more universal and culturally agnostic than expected. Fitting, considering this is the country where its location was transformed into the setting of one of film history's greatest fantasy epics.
Salt.
Ground forces incoming. Copy that. On our way.
One of the most prevalent aspects of Roblox film scene are fan films based on popular IPs, such as Marvel or Star Wars. So, it is often handy to find an uncopylocked set based on the fictional universe, such as this map of the trench warfare on Crait from the film The Last Jedi.
Fighters, break off!
In addition to the elaborate underground tunnels, the game includes several lumbering AT-ATs attacking the base. Quite the catch, isn't it? While we decided not to feature leaked games for this episode, prioritizing games that were willingly uncopylocked by the creator, we have decided to make one exception. Fort Hansberg is a game that is currently published under the user Hello I'm Goodboy XD. However, he is not the original creator, as this was a leaked game that was not built by the user. This map, however, has a history that I have yet to fully uncover. After a brief detective work, from what I could gather, the game was owned by the group Imperial Prussian Army, likely designed as a roleplay training camp based on the former group owner. I struggled to get a single proof of the owner or the group's existence on the entire website. The owner's name did not appear in any search results, the key terms associated with the game lead to dead ends, and I assume at some point the original group either disbanded or were banned, leaving no trace of this community on the website or the internet at large. The only reason this game exists is at one point it was leaked by a spiteful rival faction from what could be surmised from the game's description. Ironically, an act meant to be malicious and damaging became the only evidence that this community in Roblox ever existed. In a way, their worst enemy's action became the persevering tribute to their legacy. In a way, it's haunting, because I know nothing about the culture that surrounds this game. It might have been positive or really constructive in any way, Just like any workgroups in Roblox, yet the work done to construct this small slice of this community's culture is so carefully and thoughtfully constructed that I can sense the ghosts that walk past the expansive field of this lone landscape. One of the aspects of Uncopylocked game are its ability to be preserved and archived. Games often get out of date due to the constant updates to the engine, a near daily tragedy that is endemic due to Roblox's insistence on progress, the callousness of the website that brought the destruction and loss to so much of the game's culture and history. However, one of the most effective but drastic remedy is to uncopylock the game. That way, if you were to lose ownership to your games, someone else can pick it up and live as a conduit for other people's creative passion. Regardless of what this game was, now that it's uncopylocked, divorced from the control of its original owner, anyone can apply a transformative makeover to recontextualize, reconstruct the assets of the game. The game's past might have been erased, but you can pave the way for its afterlife however you please. This is the kindest fate you can give to a Roblox game. And leaving the best for last is In City by Oscar Starlight, a grungy cyberpunk slum brought to life in Roblox. In City is dense and massive, with an elevation spanning towering skyscrapers and alleyways carved deep into the ground. Lights are vibrant but barely shine against the visibility of the shade cast by the city's concrete walls and limitless rooftops. The city is practically a labyrinth with how many tunnels, rooms, and doors you can walk through. The walls collide and intersect messily, almost as if there wasn't central planning during the construction of these buildings. The look of every window, fencing, canopies, balconies are barely uniform, which only gives it character. Unlike most city builds, this one has interiors modeled, making it feel more alive and lived in compared to builds made exclusively for exterior designs. That's the aspect that puts this build so high above the rest. It feels like a map that is designed by the wear and tear of everyday life. You can easily get lost in the world and get wrapped up in the environment. Every room feels like it has fingerprints of its inhabitants everywhere. The stains and spills left unclean on the surface of the floors, and damages or dents on the objects on the shelves left to collect dust. Just one look and you feel like you'll be inhaling a pack of cigarettes with every breath you take. And you try to rub off the oily perspiration of the Asian summer humidity at the tips of your fingers. Just keep an eye on that drunk man walking opposite of you in the alleyway that's looking at you funny. Keep walking as you breathe in the blisteringly lonely, musky air of a place that's an echo of Tokyo and Hong Kong. Those are 5 of many stunning Uncopylocked games on Roblox that you can use for animation, filming, development, modeling, or maybe as simple as inspiration, as you can explore within the contents of the game with complete freedom. We in RSVP plan on showing Uncopylocked games in order to assist others in their creative endeavors. If you know any Uncopylocked games, please tell us in the comments, and it might be shown in the next showcase video. If there's a game you made that you want to uncopylock, we would greatly appreciate it if you tell us on the RSVP Discord server. And that is all. This is RSVP, and we invite you to be our guest.